I could read my own shit, but I couldn't, or like the flow of it. So, but that part was cool. That's another cool part is like then people, if they have it's like a 5-hour book, so people have a road trip and shit, they take it. And that's another cool thing we did is I've never seen anyone else do this. I'm sure someone else has, but we did just like outtakes at the very end of all the times I fucked up.
Yeah.
She was smart enough to, because, I would just be like, and then my dad did this, and I'd fuck it up. I'd be like, fucking shit, fuck dad shit. And then she kept all that. And then so there's like a cool outtakes. But yeah, I'm glad I did it myself. Once again, if hopefully I inspire somebody to write a book, but then do it in your voice. You can hire somebody, but I think it's more real to just do it yourself. Sure. So, yeah, that's a crazy shit.
How much of a difference is it in writing comedy and in writing a book, night and day?
Well, no, because a lot of the shit just came from, the stories that I took on stage. That's probably how I got my book going. Is like, so if I tell like a roulette story or something I tell on stage, then I just took that from stage and then just wrote it word for word. So it was actually kind of easier because some of the shit I had already performed, and then I'd just punch it up on paper. But the thing with writing a book, I would say, is you just have to do it. Like people ask me there's no real tricks. You just have to sit down and fucking write it. So for me, I started and I got to like 1,000 words. I was like, oh, that's cool. Then I was like, let's try to get to 5,000 over like, I wanted to write like 500,000 words a day. I was lazy. A lot of times I fuck it off. But then you just watch it grow, and then you're like, oh, I'm at 5,000. What? Well, if I got to 10,000, that'd be fucking. And then it grew, and then I knew Brad's book was like 65, 70,000. So then I was like, okay, that's like my goal. So then, you get to 20, you get to 35. You're like, shit, I got half a book, and then. To me, I was motivated by the numbers really helped me. For some reason, the word count numbers is how I watched it grow. And then with mine, I would just skip around chapters. And
so I was going to ask.
Yeah, so I didn't write it. I would, because you get tired of looking at the same shit or like going through it. And then like the early stuff I interviewed my mom about. So all that stuff I didn't know. But yeah, and like, I don't know. That's just the process I did. But the only advice I have is you just got to fucking do it and write it. And for me, the word count was cool because you could write it chapter by chapter or something, but for some reason, the word count to me it was like, oh, it's just you're watching it grow and grow, and it was, sometimes I get to like, let's say I got to 19,780 words, and I didn't really want to write anymore, but then I was like, fuck it, let's just plow
like
through
Fitbit.
here. Yeah, exactly. It's like the Fitbit, so you just try to reach that goal. So. That part helped me. That would just be my little advice.
Mentioning the Fitbit, are you still gluten-free? How's that going for you?
Yes, I've been gluten-free about 2 months. It's going good. It just sucks because, like...
beer?
Yeah, so I'm just drinking all White Claws, which I've started to like, but I miss beer. Beer's the main thing, but I was just shitting so much. It was just embarrassing because I would go on dates. So I started dating this girl, and then... halfway through, I'd have to go shit for like 20 minutes halfway through the meal. So in the beginning, my girlfriend was like, does he have a wife or is he like in there doing drugs? And then like one time it worked to my advantage because like, babe, I'm going to take you out. And I took her to the best sushi place. And as like sorry for always shitting, I'm like, I'm going to take you to a nice meal. But then when I got to the meal, I just drank a beer again. I didn't know I was like gluten-free at the time. So then I had to shit again. So then I was in the bathroom for like 20 minutes, and the waitress just kept coming over, checking on the check. And my girlfriend got so annoyed, she finally just paid the check. So it saved me $200. But then another time we were walking to Comedy Works from Union Station. It's like 5 blocks, and about 2 blocks I could feel like I had to shit. And then I was like, hey, let's just stop in this restaurant. It's a nice restaurant. I was like, let's just get a drink here. She's like, we can just get drinks at Comedy Works. I was like, no, I've always wanted to go in here. But I didn't want to. It was early. I didn't want to tell her I had to shit. So then we go in there and we order. Then I have to go shit, of course. And I come out, and there's just like 2 hot dudes, hot bartenders hitting on my girlfriend, and a bill for like $37 for like 2 drinks. I was like, I got to get my life together. So that was it. So I've been gluten-free. It's hard. It's not that hard. I mean, it's just, like pizza and they have the substitutions, but...
Have you tried cauliflower pizza yet?
No. Is it good?
I'll give you the Jersey tips for the cauliflower pizza, but I would say definitely if you like a thin, like crunchier type of crust style pizza, I mean, it's
all right.
obviously it's cauliflower, but for me, as a Jersey guy, it hits my my
so then
fix.
I'll have to try. I get the special crust, which is another thing that sucks being gluten free. Everything's more expensive.
Right.
I'm like, fuck. I'm trying to be healthy, but yeah, I miss like just shit like that, and I just don't like to be a burden or shit. So if I go to someone's house, I just eat it. But then I can't. I got to stop doing that. You're right. But it's or like when I was home for Frontier Days. You know, when people order, I'm drunk, and then they order like a 1:30 a.m. pizza. I just don't have the self-control yet to like.
Is it almost like instantly?
What? Yeah, it's pretty fast.
You got to shit.
Yeah, but then my face was. I think I have celiac or whatever, because my face was really like breaking out and puffy, and then my chest. And then another friend told me that he went through it because there was a couple times when I think my chest got all like swollen or whatever from eating it, and I thought I was gonna die, but I don't have health insurance like a comedian.
Me either.
You just tough that shit out. So I remember just laying in my bed like, man, am I having a heart attack or what? And I was just like, we got to get through it. I took some aspirin, I googled shit, you know. I was like, I just got to get through it because I can't call an ambulance and shit. That's fucking
$7,000.
Yeah, that's fucking 7,000 shows I got to do.
That shit off.
So I was like just toughing out, but I definitely, and I didn't have a lot of energy. I think I'm feel better, and I was at the fattest I've ever been. And it just was at the right time, but it's just a process of like, you know, how long have you been gluten free?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm gluten free. I've just realized over time. We've been trying to be clean with our diet and stuff since like
2010.
Yeah, 2010.
Oh, that's great.
But for me, I can deal with the GI issues or the congestion. For me, like I'm literally like for 2 days after I eat gluten, like I'm kind of on suicide watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why, you just feel...
I just fucking, like, I'm self-conscious about, like, my position in the world, my position with life.
Yeah, you can't eat that shit for sure, then. I just get a little bloated and fuck up some toilets.
I mean, I can deal with the bloatedness or the inflammation, but, like, it definitely fucks with my head.
Wow.
A night of voodoo donut will put him in a tailspin.
Yeah,
really?
They opened the Voodoo over on Broadway, like, 2 months ago. And we live right over there, so we walk up and down Broadway a lot. And they were doing like a soft opening, and they were just giving out donuts.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You want a donut?" I'm like, "Fuck, I don't, but I do." So I went in and had it, and then for like 2 days, I'm just like,
holy shit,
miserable to be around. This fucking guy has to deal with me all the time.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I haven't got that. I don't have it that bad, but
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
I feel you in those social situations, though. People almost like get offended, like, "Oh, you think you're better than me?" Like, no, I just like want to be able to think clear.
Shit my pants.
Well, yeah, no. Now I just hit them with that. Like they're like, "Oh, you're gluten free. You still think you're in LA or something?" I go, "No, I just literally shit my pants. It's embarrassing to my girlfriend. I just don't feel good. I'm not doing it. I don't, you know." But it's like anything that I shit on my friends for, like, happens to me. Like, all my friends used to drink White Claw, and I just fucking Coors Light till I die. Like, what are you guys drinking this bullshit out of this little ass
like
can?
Sparkling water? Like alcohol?
Yeah, it's just like seltzer waters, but it's gluten-free. So, and now I drink the shit all the time because I can't drink the beer, I think, is what really... And I have gout, too, so I'm always dealing with that mess of, like, trying to avoid it. And luckily, I think my gout went away. I was taking pills, but I got rid of soda out of my diet, which really I think is what finally got rid of the gout. And now I was taking these pills, but they'd make like my legs break out and like real itchy.
Like a prescription?
Yeah. So then I had to stop taking. Well, I didn't have to, but I stopped taking them and hoping. But I've been pretty lucky that my gout hasn't flared up, but because that shit's the worst pain. I mean, I have kidney stones. I've had a lot of, I think besides pregnancy, gout is like the worst thing ever. So I should have taken better care of my body, but I could have. It's just a lame excuse to say as a comedian, I just didn't. So I'm trying to do better now,
But you've never done drugs before.
Yeah, but then I've never done drugs, so maybe that evens it out.
Did you pass the kidney stone or they blast it?
I passed it.
Yeah, how was that?
It was awful. Yeah, that was before gout. That was in the lead before I got gout. It was
So gout's worse than the kidney stone?
Yeah,
Really?
gout's the worst. I mean, kidney stone was tough when it passed, and it hurt. But the gout, when I have gout, it's like, I mean, if I put a bed sheet on my foot, it fucking, just a bed sheet touching my foot, just pain all the way, just shoots through my body. You can't walk. Yeah, I get it in my joints. I get it in my elbow and like my big toe. I can tough through that. But one time I got it in the back of my ankle, and I had to get a little rascal to ride, like an old person or like a fat person, and I'd ride it right to the edge of the stage, get off, go on stage.
Seriously?
And say, hey guys, I'm going to sit down through this set, I have gout. I'm just, and they would laugh. I'd make jokes about it. Then I'd get off stage, get on my scooter, and ride it back to my hotel room, just get back in bed. And then I'd soak it, or you drink cranberry juice. At the time, I didn't have the prescription medicine, so you just try every bullshit internet remedy. And luckily I had a girl come take care of me at the time, because I can't do shit. I mean, it's the worst pain. I only wish it upon like my enemies.
Really?
You would hate it so much. So it sucks.
Yeah. Do you take
and
Crusoe?
tooth pain. I'll take that too. If you ever have any tooth pain, fuck that.
I got 6 implants.
Yeah, so like I should have. If there's any kids listening, take care of your teeth, because I went through root canals and extractions, and my face would blow up, like just swell up real big, and it's just embarrassing. But yeah, I've been through this no health insurance, and just you just learn to tough it out. But I've had the worst. I think I've had the worst shit. I don't know. Even like when I broke shit, it didn't hurt as bad as like my tooth or gout, stitches or broken arm or anything. Whatever. The gout is just
That's the worst, huh?
And the tooth is the worst.
So I guess the old man wasn't full of shit when he was carrying on like a drama queen about how painful the gout was.
Right.
And your dad had it?
Old man.
And the kidney stone. He got a stint put in him for the kidney stone. He got him blasted.
Really?
And he came out and he's like, they put that thing in me. And yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah, I didn't have to go through that. But the kidney stone at the time was the worst. Well, yeah, there's kidney stone, but then the teeth were so bad. I mean, there was a time when my tooth started hurting. I was in Santa Monica on like vacation. I remember just walking around the streets, just hoping someone just fucking knocked the tooth out. I was like trying to pull my own tooth out, and then I just hurt so bad. I remember just walking around mad, just like, God, I wish someone would just fucking smoke me and just break my face. I was so mad, man. Shit just hurts. Yeah.
These 4 here, this is all fake, and it was bad bridge work, and it was a abscess.
Yeah.
It was just like I couldn't get the bridge out, so I took a fucking claw hammer at like 2 in the morning and just popped it out so I could just relieve the pressure.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. This is when we lived with Carl over across from Gordo. It just gotten so infected, like just the abscess, and it couldn't sleep, and I just knew that there was like pressure that had to come out, and I couldn't. I just took the claw hammer and was like, Jesus. And the bridge came out and some goo came out with it. And then the next day I went to the doctors and I was like, fuck this, we're doing implants.
Yeah.
And then I went to a new dentist. And then, that's a whole other experience with the implants. Because doing like root canals or wisdom teeth, you think you're going to get put under.
Yeah.
But the implants is like LASIK where you're
well, yeah, mine are all veneers up here. So they grind them down to little chiclets and put them over. But I think he put me to sleep during that, though. But yeah, I was lucky enough to have a great dentist in Vegas. So it was actually my girlfriend's dad, which was the most embarrassing part. That I didn't go to the dentist for like 10 years. So then I started dating this girl, and she's like, you got to go to the dentist. And I went in, and then I sat in his chair, and it's just like, I remember him just looking at my mouth like, oh my God, you can't fucking take care of your teeth. How are you going to take care of my daughter? That was the most embarrassing.
It's all that vagina, dog.
Yeah. That's what it is, He didn't know. I didn't tell him that's what it's from, but blame your daughter.
Well, I had a really pretty dentist in Oklahoma City, and she was doing the one implant for me, and I was like, so Doc, I want you to be honest with me. I'm like, on a scale of 1 to meth head, how bad is my mouth? And she's like, oh, you're fine.
You're fine,
like,
yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, if I got rich, I would. My brother has just awful teeth because he smoked since he was like 18 and shit. And I'm just like, I feel when I see him, I'm like, God, I'd love to just get you some veneers. Because when I first got these, it was like having the best fake tits ever. I've had these probably for 10 years, and people still are like, man, your teeth are amazing. But when I first had them, it was crazy. I would be like across a bar, and girls would just come over and be like, hey, you're smart.